Hi everybody, I have a roulette battle here for you, and if you don't know what a roulette is, it's pretty much just random Pokemon. So your opponent chooses 6 random Pokemon for you, and you choose 6 random Pokemon for your opponent, and then you battle. So this is against one of my good friends on the clan, RandomdbzGuy. I think that's his username. I'll put his link in the description. And I'm just fixing the camera because it's just annoying the crap out of me. And I get the VS recorder out, and of all the colors that it comes with, it's red, and I don't like red because red was the last color I chose, so I just go to the next one, and it's brown. Whatever. Brown's stupid. I hate brown. Oh my god. Comment below what your favorite color is. If you like brown, then good for you. So his team's on the bottom. Wait, no. I don't know. We have 2 different teams. And so he is on that side, I'm on this side. You should probably know this. So I luckily get my lead Azelf out, and his Pokemon is a Gengar. So for some reason I thought that he would for some reason I thought that it was faster. For another I thought that it would use Destiny Bond, which it does neither. And so I just taunt it, which was the dumbest prediction I could have ever made during the battle. And if I used Psychic and that was not Focus Sashed, it definitely would have killed, because Psychic Gem Psychic, that's a powerful move. And so I thought that he was choiced for some reason, like choice specs maybe. So I go into my Leopard, and it pulls off the Focus Blast, so that's definitely not choiced. And that's 2 Pokemon wasted because of my terrible predictions. And so I go into Monarch. I'm just going to say the nicknames now because it's too much work. And he switches into Houndoom. I don't know if that was no, it wasn't a double switch. So I use Quiver Dance on the switch, which is very good. I don't know why he switched, because Bug is weak to Gengar. So I have absolutely no idea. Maybe he was predicting the Hidden Power Ghost, the Hidden Power Dark, whatever. So I go with the Bug Buzz, knowing that its stab does normal damage, and Houndoom's special defense is not that great. So that's probably more than enough to take that out, because it is a Quiver Dance. I do have a Quiver Dance up. And he goes into Dragonite. I wish that I went into that, not that I went into, that I used Fiery Dance, because I could have gotten my special, it wouldn't have done a lot, but I would have gotten my special attack up, most likely. And then Quiver Dance would have done a lot, if not kill it. And so he goes in with the Earthquake. That's not gonna, whoa, that's not gonna take me out. And I didn't think that he'd have the Extreme Speed, which he does, because a lot of 4th gen carry the Extreme Speed. Now you kind of see different sets in 5th gen, because 5th gen's just overpowered, and everybody just tries to mix things up. So we go into my Sparkles, which is a dumb Pokemon. And he uses Fire Blast, so he's mixed. So I was kind of fearing the Draco Meteor for another Pokemon that I was going to switch into. But whatever, and I live that Fire Blast for some odd reason. And I get my Citrus Berry. The Ice Beam will definitely take that thing out, because Sparkles is just amazing. And I really think that Sparkles should be a boy. I mean, not a boy, a girl. Because Sparkles, it's a Glaceon girl, unless, never mind. So he goes into my Pokemon that he got for me, but I told him that he didn't have to switch it out, that he didn't have to trade it to me, because I already had one. So yeah, and he probably thought that he'd be faster. I don't know if he thought that I put Speed EVs in it, or if it was a Jolly Nature, I don't know. Whatever, so, or he thought he could live in Ice Beam. It is Eviolite, so I was surprised that it killed, but enough of my going all around the map. So yeah, Ice Beam takes it out. This dumbass Gengar. It's actually not really dumbass because it's kind of smart, but whatever. This a-hole Gengar takes Sparkles out, and now my Scizor is just pissed because Sparkles is Scizor's BFF, kind of, not really. Scizor would probably take Sparkles out in 5 seconds. And so I knew that that thing was faster. I didn't want it to Focus Blast and risk me dying, even though I knew that I could take a Focus Blast. So I just go in with a Bullet Punch. That does Jack Diddly Balls to Metal Bird, aka Skarmory, aka A-Hole. And so I go into my Crusher, which is a Heatran, and it has an air balloon. And he's just standing there, bouncing up and down, playing with his feet, whatever. Where was I? And, I had a really good feeling that he was going to switch, because why would you stay in on a super effective stab move? And he goes... What is the battle doing? So he goes into an Alakazam, and I Focus Blast, Fire Blast, sorry. And that will take it... No, it's Visaged, sorry. What is... Sorry, I was trying to think of... We had 2 battles in one. I'm getting them mixed up. And so anyway, I go into Tin Can. Why did I go into Tin Can, first of all? Maybe he has Focus... Yeah, this has Focus Blast. This is why I know that I could live the first one. Because there was an Alakazam in the first battle, I think, that used Focus Blast and I lived it. And whatever. And so I lived that. And fearing the Bullet Punch, he's definitely going to want to switch out. And surprisingly, he goes into Gengar. I don't know if Gengar could take a Bullet Punch that well. I knew that I could take it because Bullet Punch is kind of a crappy move. But actually, that doesn't take it at all. So, this is when I find out its item. It's a Black Sludge. So that kind of messed me up in the beginning, because if I knew that it was Black Sludge, I probably would have had a better chance of winning. And then another Bullet Punch would have taken it out, but he switches into Skarmory, and Skarmory is going to absorb that like SpongeBob and soap, I don't know. And so I go back into Crusher, because Crusher is just amazing. I love Crusher. Actually, not really, because he sucked this battle, kind of. And I have an air balloon. I think Stealth Rock should... Like, if you have a Pokemon on an air balloon, it should pop the air balloon instead of doing damage. Just a theory, or a thought. Let me move. So he withdraws Metal Bird, aka Asshole, and goes into Alakazam, I think that's, yeah. And Fire Blast, I don't know if that will take it out. Just kidding, yeah, because it's at 1 hit point. So, yeah. So this actually wasn't really a hacksy battle. What was kind of hacksy was that we hit all of the moves. So, like, it kind of was hacks, in a sense. Kind of, sorta. So, Tin Can was kind of done because of Spikes and Stealth Rock. So, I was kind of leaving it in as fodder. Because fodder is amazing when you have a Pokemon that you don't want as fodder. And yeah, Tin Can would probably be useless unless he missed and then I got a Bullet Punch off. So that's when it is kind of hacks. Ow. And so I go into Crusher thinking that I could outspeed, even though, like, I was kind of hoping that I could outspeed. But in reality, I could not outspeed. So just a little information for you. And if he missed this, I would have won the game, because I know that I went for Dragon Pulse, which would have taken it out. And then Skarmory couldn't hit me, so I would have definitely won, because a Fire Blast would eventually hit and take that out. that is good game anyway. RandomdbzGuy. Hope to battle you again, even though we battle like 500 times a day. But anyway, bye.